Have you ever wanted to be a better dad? I can promise you this, that I do not have it all figured out, but along the way, I have learned a few things. And so whether you are expecting or the hurricane already hit, in today's episode, I want to help you with that. My name is Matthew, and I want to help you discover the person that you were born to be so that you can share the message that you were born to tell. But so often there's something that gets in the way, and it's not external, it's internal. We get in our own way. We hold ourselves back. We are our greatest obstacle. And so what do? How do we overcome this? How do we position ourselves better to share our message, our light, and our gift? And I think it's this: mindset. Mindset matters. If we could embrace a better mindset, we would be embracing a better future, because your future is in your focus. Your focus will determine your future. And if there's anything that's going to come bombarding against your mindset and your focus, it's this: being a parent. And so today I want to talk to you about that, specifically from a dad's perspective, because, well, I'm a dad, so that's the only perspective I know. So here we are. So let's get into it. In my limited experience, these three things have been extremely helpful. And just to be cute, why don't we call them the 3 P's? And so whether you have kids already or you have one on the way, or maybe you're just thinking about it and talking about it, I really believe that these simple 3 words are going to be potentially helpful to you. They are to me. So I hope they are for you too. They are this: prepare, present, and pray. And so in this episode, we're going to be focusing all on prepare. The other 2 will come in later episodes. So let's start with the first one: prepare. So what exactly do I mean by that? Being a parent is hard. It's demanding and challenging. It's the hardest thing that I have ever done. And our kids need us to be ready. Our wives need us to be ready. Little backstory on me: I'm a driven person. I'm a very passionate person. I'm motivated. I don't need somebody to push me to get that last rep in. I'm going to push myself to get that last rep in. I'm always learning. I'm always striving to be better, to do better, and to be better. I want to always be doing something I've never done before, because I want to level up what my best even is. And I want to always be giving it, which basically means that I work a lot, because I'm always doing my absolute best, and I always want my best to be better. And whenever I get on something and start something, it's difficult to stop until that job is done. It's difficult to stop until there's a clear path forward and there's a solution to the problem, which leads to me working a lot, because I don't half-heartedly do anything. I'm a passionate and driven and motivated person, and I go all in on the things that I'm passionate about. When we found out we were going to be parents, I was going to be a dad, I started thinking a lot about the future, envisioning what it would be like and what I wanted to be like. What kind of dad would I be? What kind of environment would we create for our kids? What would be our non-negotiables as parents? How would Jessica and I handle conflict that we have with each other? Because the reality is this: that the issues that Jessica, my wife, and I have and go through in the future will absolutely influence our kids. I want you to hear this. Your future can and will be exactly what you make it. It is up to you. I'm not saying that everything is in your control, because it's absolutely not. But what I am saying is this: how you respond to everything is in your control. So there I was, a dad to be, envisioning what the future would be like as a parent, having conversations with my wife, Jessica, about working as a team in parenting. I didn't really know it then, but what I was doing, I was preparing. Preparation starts with getting a vision. Getting a vision starts with dreaming about what is possible and learning what is practical. Vision starts with dreaming about what is possible and learning what is practical. Before we were thrust into parenthood, and sometimes it feels like just jumping off the deep end, but before we were thrust into parenthood, I wanted to make sure that we were ready and had the big picture stuff taken care of. I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. And it's not like we had to have everything from A to Z figured out, but we started the conversation and we started dreaming together, and we made the decision to work together through everything, through every challenge and every disagreement. And if you don't have kids yet, but you are seriously thinking about it, you need to do this. If you do already have kids and you haven't had these kinds of conversations with your spouse, I encourage you to have them. Make a decision to work together, because you're going to need to. You're going to need to work together through every challenge and through every disagreement to be the best parent you can, to provide your kids with the best springboard possible to propel them into a bright and beautiful future. Another way you can prepare to be a good dad, a better dad, is to spend more time with your wife. Like, seriously, I'm not even joking about this. Go on more dates, talk more, have fun together. Ask her how you can be a better husband to her. Ask her what she needs from you. Listen to this analogy. In order for a garden to flourish into beauty, it needs to be cultivated and tended to. So it is in marriage. It might not happen at first. It might take a lot of work, but eventually that garden will be a beauty to behold and will yield a crop. The work is worth it. Having a stable, healthy, and loving marriage will position you well to be a better dad. Another way you can prepare to be a good dad, a better dad, is this. You need a stable job that provides for you and your family. You don't need to make more money than your wife. That's an archaic way of thinking, but you do need to contribute financially to the home. Now, if you are in a situation where your wife makes bank, then that's awesome, bro, and you don't need to work and y'all agree on that, then props. I would encourage you, though, to find other ways to provide, ways that aren't monetary based. But for most of us, I think it is important to feel the weight of providing for our families. It is our responsibility. It's my responsibility to provide for my family. And can I just be blunt? Having a stable job is absolutely your choice. Keeping a job is your choice. I'm of the mindset that you have the choice to make the most out of any situation. So you don't like your boss? Make the most of it. Lead up if you have to. Learn what your boss likes, learn what he doesn't like in regards to productivity and job performance, and try to do what he likes. It's not about you. It's not about what you like or don't like, or achieving what you want or don't want to achieve. You are not the leader of the ship. You are a crew member who is meant to help make the vision the leader has for the organization a reality. You don't like your coworkers? Make the most of it. You can choose to dwell on love and kindness instead of negativity. You can choose to see them through God's eyes. You can choose to be a mature, loving human being that sees value and purpose in every life, even those that we don't like. So if you don't like the work you do, make the most of it, man. Choose to see the bigger picture, that this job is providing you with money that's allowing you and your wife and your kids to eat and have clothing and shelter and transportation and anything else that you guys need. The job you don't like is the means by which you provide and pursue your passion. Your wife needs you to have a stable job, and your kids need you to have a stable job. And the way you do that is to choose it and to make the most of it. Another way you can prepare to be a good dad is to develop life-giving routines, things that you can do on a weekly basis that you enjoy, things that you do daily that set you up for success. Quick caveat though, when the kids are about 7 to 8 months old and younger, your personal daily routine's probably going to go right out the daggone window. Our kids, for example, would eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. So literally, life is lived one feeding to the next. Now, some people, man, it's like every 4 hours and it's like, just dreamboat land. But for us, it's about every 2.5 to 3 hours, one feeding to the next. That's how life was lived. But even in that war of a season, it is possible to find some consistency. And once you find that rhythm in the first 7 to 8 months, do your best to stick to it. You'll be better for it, and so will your baby. Your kids will be better for it. Kids need consistency and routine. In my personal experience with my kids, the whole, let's just let them do what they want mentality when they want is not a good way to go, because then chaos becomes their consistency, which is only going to make it harder for you as a dad. I've been there. I know what it's like. So when you find those things that put breath in your lungs and wind in your cells, protect them and do the same for your wife, because she needs it too. And y'all both need those life-giving, enjoyable activities. Some of them might be together, but some of them might be separate. And you got to protect them as much as you can. Obviously, the first 7 to 8 months, a little crazy, but do your best. Work together, and you can do it. Have you ever heard this saying? If you wait until you're ready, you'll never start. There is definitely some truth to that, but check this out. Just hear me out. Jumping in a pool with your clothes on, your phone in your pocket is dumb. Taking a test before you have studied for it is dumb. There's more that should have been and could have been done in both situations. In the pool situation, obviously, you should have a bathing suit on and take your phone out of your pocket. For the studying situation, obviously, the best way to do it, which I know a lot of people don't, but, study 15 minutes a day. Make it real manageable, sustainable, little bite-sized steps. 15 minutes a day for a month, and then the few days before, study even more, even harder, even longer, and then take the test. You're giving yourself the best chance to succeed. Jumping into having kids before you have done some things to prepare is irresponsible. There are some simple and foundational things that need to be done beforehand so that you give yourself the best chance to be the best you can be, but you also need to give your kids the best chance that they can have. You have another life to think about now, and the decisions that you make will affect not just you anymore. The decisions you make are affecting your kids, and they also affect your wife. So you need to get on that train too. But do your due diligence and prepare. The action steps today are this. Number 1, have you ever had big picture conversations with your wife and what kind of home environment you want to create for your kids and all this kind of stuff, big picture stuff? Maybe you have in the past, but it has been a while. It would likely serve you well to revisit that topic. Number 2, are you a good husband? I mean, seriously, just ask yourself that question. Are you loving your wife well? Think about one thing that you can do that she really enjoys every time you do it. Maybe it's the dishes or packing lunch or calling her on your way home from work, or maybe it's a foot massage. Whatever it is, make a commitment to yourself to do it as often as you can. Number 3, what life-giving routines do you have in your life? If you don't have any, it's time to develop some. And once you do, to protect them and to help your wife get those as well. Number 4, do it. If you want a better future, it starts today. If you want today to be better, it started yesterday. Hey, just wanted to say thanks so much for listening. It really means a lot to me that you would spend your precious time listening to this content. I really hope that it helped you and added value to you. If it did, would you leave me a review on whatever podcasting platform you find yourself on? If you're on YouTube, leave me a comment below, and let's engage over on Instagram @musicleadership or on TikTok @shareyourgift. I post content there all the time, simply designed to help you take steps today to make tomorrow better.